Burnout is such a strange thing to experience. On one hand, you keep working and you know that if you keep working, you're going to eventually reach burnout. You can feel that you're getting close, but at the same time, you just keep working and keep working because you have that thought in your mind that, oh, I'm not that close. I could just keep pushing and I'll be all right. This is exactly what happened to me. So this is what this series is about: recovering from burnout. So hopefully you'll join me on this burnout recovery journey and let us live a happy, stress-free, burnout-free life. The word burnout is used like a lot, so sometimes it might be hard to really grasp and understand what exactly is burnout. So burnout is a form of exhaustion caused by constantly feeling swamped. It happens when we experience too much emotional, physical, and mental fatigue for too long. In many cases, burnout is related to one's job, but burnout can also happen in other areas of your life and affect health. So here are some signs to look for if you, me, or someone is experiencing burnout. So exhaustion, that's like the number one. You may feel drained and unable to emotionally deal with problems around you, both professionally and personally. You may feel low and experience extreme tiredness, leaving you without energy. These symptoms can show up as physical pain and stomach or bowel problems. Like, I did not know this. Like, I had stomach problems and like I was like, why am I having stomach problems? But like it was attributed to burnout and I didn't even know that. So alienation from activities. Look for signs of cynicism and frustration towards work and colleagues. You may start to distance yourself emotionally and feel numb about your work and environment. And I will touch on like this part later on in the video. So reduced performance. This can occur at work or home when caring for family members. Because you have no energy left for everyday tasks, burnout makes it hard to concentrate, handle responsibility, or be creative. Mental burnout symptoms. You may feel self-doubt, helplessness, defeat, and failure. You may feel that you are on your own, lose your sense of purpose, and feel increasingly cynical, dissatisfied, and incapable. Physical burnout symptoms. You may feel greatly fatigued and without energy. You may get sick often, have body aches. Me recently, like earlier this week, and recurrent headaches. Also me. Lose your appetite or experience insomnia. If you want to check out that website, like I linked it in the description, so you can always check it out. So what am I doing to help with my burnout? Well, I got it broken down into 3 parts. So work, personal, and content creation. So here's what I'm doing about work. Number 1, I'm not opening emails immediately. When I clock out at 5 p.m. the day before, like the next day, boom, I'm having like 50 to 60 emails. And that seeing that big number and you have to go through that really like stresses me out. And so I'm not going to open up my emails immediately. Like maybe I'll open them around lunchtime, maybe like after lunch, but not immediately. The second thing that I'm doing is I'm spending the first hour when I get to work to myself. So I'm going to eat my breakfast, I'm going to watch a YouTube video, and that first hour I'm going to spend to myself. I'm trying to unwind, I'm trying to relax and prepare for the day. The third thing I'm doing is going on a walk every 2 hours. I'm going to stretch my legs, I'm going to get some sunlight, I'm going to listen to music, I'm going to relax, and I'm just going to go on a walk. The fourth thing that I'm doing is that my lunchtime is my personal time. Like, I'm not responding to any team's message. Like, you should have got me when I was like still in office. And the last thing that I plan on doing is leave work at work. So basically, like, I'm not answering any team's message when I get home. Like, I'm putting that on like silent or deleting or whatever. Like, I'm not responding to any team's message when I get home. And like, I'm not thinking about work. When I clock out, my work brain is being left at work. So I plan to go into more detail about how I deal with burnout while still going to work. So be sure to subscribe so you can see that video of how I do that. Now let's talk about what I'm doing personally to help with my burnout. So the first thing I'm doing is building an emergency fund. So I listened and I read her book to Tori Dunlap. She's like over My First 100K and like the podcast Financial Feminist. And she talks about building an emergency fund. And I have been building my emergency fund. And I do say that I do feel like a little bit better It's not at the amount that it needs to be, honestly, but like it's getting there, and that helps with my financial anxiety just a little bit. And the last thing I'm doing is I'm applying to at least one scholarship per week. So if you ever apply to a scholarship, you know, like they want you to write a paper and like do all this stuff. So that can take quite a while. Like before, like some months ago, I would like go to work and then come home and just apply to scholarships. And guess what? Just like applying to a whole bunch of jobs, that's not healthy. I need time to relax. I need time to spend to myself. I'm going to apply to at least one scholarship per week and really hone in and dedicate my time to applying to that one scholarship. By the way, if you want a Notion template to help you go through your recovery, your burnout recovery journey, be sure to comment that in the comment section and I'll be sure to make a Notion template. Of course, it's going to be very simple, very easy. So the last area is content creation. So what am I doing about that to like help with my burnout? So I did a post on my Instagram letting people know that I'm taking a break. You can follow me on my Instagram if you want to, even though, you know, I'm taking a break. To be specific, I am taking a 3-month break from Instagram. So I am taking a break from June all the way to August, like the beginning of June all the way to the end of August, and then coming back in September. And then the second thing I'm doing is make creating fun. So of course I'm doing YouTube still. I find YouTube to be very fun, very free. I can just be myself and talk about different topics and things like that and really build a community, and it's like my little corner of the internet, and I don't have to feel, you know, pressure, because on Instagram you have stories, you have like static posts, you have carousels, you have reels, and then you have to be in your DMs, and then just all that stuff that kind of gets overwhelming for me. So I just like how YouTube, you can do short form video, and like I don't really do a lot of short form video over on YouTube. I did sometimes whenever I feel like it, but it's like it's no pressure. But like on YouTube, it's mainly just long form, and I really enjoy the simplicity of that, and just really enjoying just talking to you all and just like being free and just being myself. I feel like I can't really do that on Instagram because everything's so quick, so snappy, so like blah 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 blah, like screaming and like so fast and rapid, while I just want to, you know, be chill, be cool, have enough time to say what I want to say without feeling rushed. Also, I'm taking different courses and learning better editing skills, just how to do different angles with the camera, and just really embracing that and having fun. And I can say that I'm having so much fun, and I've just been experimenting and playing around with that, and I just have been having a great time doing all that. So I know that dealing with burnout, it's not going to be a quick process, it's more of a journey, and I plan to share this journey on YouTube, so starting with this video, and I plan to make more about this journey. So hopefully you'll join me on this journey, and hopefully I'll be helpful to you if you ever experience burnout, if you're experiencing burnout, or like you just want to be prepared just in case you experience burnout. I just want to be just helpful and just share my experience with you. So remember, if you want to watch the video on how I plan to deal with burnout while I still go to work, because yeah, I still have to go to work. I don't have that much PTO, you know, which I'll talk about in the next video. Be sure to subscribe so you'll know when that video is posted. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.